Did you know that this can is gonna last me for 1 year? This is the right way and correct way to save money while get your chain cleaned properly. So the first things first, you're gonna need a chain cleaner. Instead of spraying this entire bottle like they do at service center, they're just gonna spray like this entire thing on your chain while your tire is in motion, and it's gonna cost you a lot of money. Like 1 can per chain clean is pretty expensive. All you gotta do and all you gotta need, really, to be honest, is just this much of the chain cleaner, or maybe twice of that, but no more than that. And you need a toothbrush, an old toothbrush if you got at your home. So this is what I'm using. I spray the chain cleaner in this can like this until I have this much amount, and then I dip my chain in the chain cleaner like that, and then I apply it on my chain while I scrub the joints. So that's what you gotta do. And once you're done, like on the sides and on the top and on the bottom, you do it properly, and on the inside too. And once you're done scrubbing it with the toothbrush, you gotta grab a dirty cloth or a clean cloth and make it dirty, and you just see, here is a dirty chain, and once you give it a wipe, look how clean the chain comes. So this is the correct method to clean your chain, guys, because if you don't give it a good scrub and all the grime doesn't come off the chain, then the chain lube that you're gonna apply over that old grime, it doesn't really gonna stick properly to the chain, and it's not gonna work as good as it should. At the service center, I'm not saying that those guys are bad. All I'm saying is they do not have enough time to spend just on one motorcycle cleaning the chain properly. That's why they do what they can do the best. But at home, you can really show some love to your motorcycle and clean your chain properly before you lube it again. All right, let's clean this entire chain. Alrighty people, so we have cleaned the chain and the sprocket as well, and now we're gonna lube the chain. So there are a couple of things that you need to keep in your mind before you begin lubing your chain. Number one, protect your rear wheel all the time while you're spraying. Always have a cloth behind your chain so that the spillage is not all over the place and just stays on your chain. Number two, you do not have to overly lube your chain. I'm gonna show you the exact amount that your chain needs, and do not do more than that, because anyways your chain's gonna spill the excessive lube and only gonna take what's required and what it needs. Number three, never ride straight after lubing your chain. Allow some time for the lubrication to settle in and go inside the spaces of the chain. Also, it's gonna avoid the spillage on your clothes and all over the rear tire. So now let's lube the chain. As I'm filming by myself, so I can't hold the cloth in my one hand because I'm holding the phone, and so in your case you gotta be holding the cloth with your left hand, and in your right hand you gotta hold the lube. And the amount that your chain need of the lubrication is just this much. Do not overdo it. Just one go. On the side, on the top, that's it, no more than that. And then rotate the chain very little by little, grab your cloth, put it behind the chain, and do it again. That's it, no more than that. So here we have our chain completely lubed, and we still have more than half of the can left. What I'm gonna say now is gonna be a little controversial statement, because a lot of motorcycle enthusiasts, they do not believe it, but you gotta leave your motorcycle standing for about 2 to 4 hours. All you can do is give your rear wheel a little spin, and that's it. You're gonna give your chain a little time to soak all the lubrication that you have just provided. When the chain rotates, and when there is friction among the chain and the sprocket, the front sprocket and the rear sprocket, the heat generates, and that heat is really a must for the lubrication to work. But if you provide that heat while the lubrication doesn't settle in the chain, the excess lubrication flies off and it doesn't get the proper chance to stick to the chain. And you do not have to shift the gears, you know, the way they works at the service center. You know, they change your gear while they're lubricating the chain. The gear's gonna get the lubrication anyways when you're gonna ride it, and when there will be friction and the temperature between the chain and the sprocket gonna rise up above a certain level. So there it was, how to lube and clean your chain properly. I hope this was helpful, and do consider subscribing to the channel. Cheers.